Birdies. What's going on here? Hello? 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 Yeah, it'll have to work. Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. I realize I gotta wash the kitchen towel. It's alright. Welcome everybody to the stream. Today I'm going to be... I don't know how this is going to plan out. It's either go one of two ways. Either really good or really bad. And... where is this? Okay. Making viral chocolate chip cookies. Do I still have the bot in here? Nice. How about in here? Oh, that's fun. I'm not even signed into the correct account. Error, try again. Why is streaming so like, you can't just turn it on. You have to like go through all of this stuff. Okay, sign out of this. Go here. Okay. And then I should do... Alright, I think it should be fine. Okay, hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Today, I am going to be making ViRaL. I don't know if you can hear me very well. I don't know what the sound quality is like or any of that. Let me check the sound quality. Yeah, good enough. All right. So today I'm going to be making ViRaL chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. So this is the recipe. This is the recipe. As you can see, it says TikTok viral. I deleted TikTok, so I have no idea what's viral on TikTok, and requires this. Yeah, so this is gonna be kind of a learning curve, if you will, because I got this chest mount, so like a POV kind of situation here. So yeah, this is so weird. I've never like done this before, so I'm just gonna have to like hope that I okay, should be good now. I have to bring the laptop with me. Okay, so I got out of range. Is this too far out of range? Okay, it doesn't look like it's too far out of range. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the egg yolks, bring that up to room temperature. So I'm going over here. Okay, should be good so far, so good. Bring the butter out too. I don't need egg yolks. I need eggs plus egg yolks. So, okay. I'm gonna wear these things. These cookies aren't for me. I have too many food allergies to eat these, so I cook for other people, you know? It's kind of fun to do. Another important note is I'm not actually going to be making the cookies. We're going to be making the dough, which in turn, I'm letting the dough chill. So we need 2 large egg yolks plus 2 large eggs plus 1 egg yolk at room temperature. So I'm going to do that in the bowl here. Hopefully these are... I feel like I have another thing of eggs in here. Yeah, I'll just use these. It should be fine. What could possibly go wrong, right? Okay. So, do 1 egg. If these are bad, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna rage quit. Yeah, that's fine. That should be fine. Okay. And then this one. Well, I don't know how this is gonna look on camera. This is like, I've never done something like this before, so here's 2 large eggs, and we need the 1 egg yolk. Hopefully these will come up to room temperature sooner rather than later. I'll come over to the sink and do it. It's so weird. I don't know if you guys can see anything that I'm doing. Oh well. So that's how you get the egg yolk. Yeah, you can't see anything that I'm doing. That's fun. Okay. There's the egg yolk. Let's toss that into the sink. I'll take care of it in a second. But there we go. There's the egg yolk. Oh fuck. I broke it. Crap. It's alright. It's going into the thing anyway. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll fix the camera in just a second. Yeah, I'll fixing the camera in just a second. Okay. I probably should have put it closer to my head. Hold on a second, I can fix that. Excessive hand washing and a great view of my arm. Let me fix the camera real quick. Okay. I think I know exactly how I'm going to fix the camera too. Hold on 1 second. Alright. Let me bring this over here. And then set it right here. Okay. That's where it should be. That's like a perfect place for this camera. See if I can fix that. Okay. Can I fix it is the question. Hopefully. If it wants to get fixed. Okay, that'll be it. It's going to be a little bit scuffed, but it's fine. Anyway, these are the eggs. These have to come to room temperature as much as possible. Next thing I'm going to do is make the toffee. So, this is the recipe for the toffee. I think you just literally throw crap in a pan and make it. So that's what I'm going to do. Get the pan. We need half a cup of butter, a cup of sugar, and then I'll put a little bit of salt. And what What do they recommend to use? Alright, I need the rimmed baking sheet. Has a 1/4 sheet pan. Parchment paper. Or a silicone baking mat. Okay, I know what's going to happen here. Let me get that going here. Good news is I have a baking sheet right here. Which will work perfectly. I'll set this over here, and then I'll grab some parchment paper. If I have any parchment paper, I have no parchment paper. Tiny bit left. Oh, that's poopy. There's no way to make the camera stay up. Part of the problem with this thing. Is there actually? Hold on. Wait. Maybe. No. Okay. Oh well. I'll make it work. Parchment paper. Alright, so I think the idea here is you throw the sugar and the butter inside of the pan, and then the pan just kind of like cooks everything. So grab the pan here. What do they say to use? Interesting. Okay. 1 quart heavy bottom stainless steel saucepan. Okay. 1 butter. Add 1 butter. Half a cup. Okay. And then I need the butter. The butter. Put the butter on the dog. Okay. We need 1/2 cup of butter, which is 1 stick. Alright, do I need to soften the butter for this? Oh, I need to brown it, that's right. I'll save the saucepan for that. I'm gonna turn on the saucepan here. Actually, and what's preventing me from just throwing all this into the saucepan? I'm just gonna do that. We're throwing it all in the saucepan at once. It'll be fine. All going in at once. So I need 1 cup of butter, or 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of sugar into your saucepan. Let me move this over here. Don't want that. Yeah, alright. So here's the butter in the saucepan. Again, still gotta get used to the streaming thing. Okay, yeah, that's a good better view. I can actually like see what's going on. See the cup. Yeah, I could use 4 of these and call it a day. Let's go. Over what heat? Medium heat, right? Once it's half melted, add the sugar and the salt. All right. I'm gonna preliminarily add the salt. That looks good. I need a whole lot of salt in that, I feel like, because it only needs 1/2 teaspoon. Yeah, that's not much salt. Like it's half a teaspoon in there. A little extra for good measure, and this thing is super satisfying to use. If you don't have an electric salt grinder, highly recommend. It's so satisfying. All right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And then, what do we do next? Wire whisk over high heat until the butter's completely melted and mixtures combined. What on God's green earth? Oh my God. I'm just gonna use one of these. I think this will be fine. All right. That's a little bit excessive there, boss. I probably should have used a different burner here. That's not exactly what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna switch the burner over here. All right. There we go. You can see actually what's going on. Alright, what are we supposed to wait until? Like smooth peanut butter. I'm not using a thermometer. So smooth peanut butter. Rich caramel tan brown color. I know nothing about what it means to be tan, so that's not helpful. Okay. Do not whisk vigorously. It says to turn it up to high heat, I think, at some point, right? No. Over the heat. Allow the mixture come to a boil. While stirring with a whisk. You know what? Your mom's a whisk. Not whisking. Why do we need to whisk this? Why don't we just mix it? I think this is working just fine. I mean, this is just what, like a different version of caramel? Right? Isn't that all toffee is? It's just not caramel? It's like caramel but not caramel? Oh, it's bubbling. We got bubbles. Problem is the sugar's already dark. So like, how does it just keep going? Like, is it supposed to look like candies or just supposed to like do that? From frothy. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look frothy, but creamy and glossy. Oh, it's frothing. It's frothing. It's frothing. I don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely frothing up in here. We're doing something. Something's happening. Something's definitely happening up in here. Like, what's it? So that's the frothing stage. Quite bubbly and frothy. Smooth, melted peanut butter. Okay. I think I messed it up. Oh well, I'll keep going. I think the sugar's supposed to melt. I don't know. Baking is annoying. Last time I baked muffins. Yeah, I was gonna do blueberry muffins. This is for Easter. I was gonna do blueberry muffins, but I decided to do these cookies instead because I thought it. I don't know. I was trying to like push myself to bake more and more cooler things, but not saying muffins aren't cool. I just wanted to try this recipe. I thought it looked cool. Smooth peanut butter. Where's the smooth peanut butter? How long is it supposed to take? Creamy and glossy. I think we're getting there. Something's definitely happening. Like, I don't know. I could have easily messed this up. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna keep going, because eventually this will melt down. If anything, you just get like sugar or something, like candy. I think eventually what we'll get. I think we're getting to that point. I think all that stuff right here, I think that's melted sugar. That's exactly what's happening. I didn't get the peanut butter texture. I got lied to. My day is ruined. The recipe lied to me. I'm giving it 0 stars. I actually have no idea what's happening. I've never cooked sugar this long before. I think actually the peanut butter's coming along. It's starting to look like peanut butter. Never mind. 5-star recipe. I'm aiming for peanut butter. But if we get melted sugar, then that's fine too, because you know what? That looks like melted peanut butter. That does look like melted peanut butter. What the heck? It's starting to smell like... That smells weird. I've never smelled this before. That smells like candy. That is weird. Actually, might have done something right. What the heck? Okay, I think I did it. I think I did something right. Creamy and glossy, like smooth melted peanut butter. I'm not measuring that. Ain't nobody got time for a measuring. That's not. Is that glossy though? What's all this oil on top? Like, does sugar have oil? What the heck? Alright, I think that's it, right? Alright, what am I supposed to do when that happens? Pour hot toffee onto the parchment, even layer, harden for 20 minutes in a cool, dry place. Alright. Alright, so that's dark. I don't know, like when I see cookies, is that like the color I want? I don't know, I feel like I should pull it. Look at that. That looks like peanut butter. It's like, it looks like, on camera it's not doing it justice. I don't know. I've never, like, I didn't know sugar had oil. Like, that sounds stupid, but I didn't even know it had oil. Is that glossy? I think that's pretty glossy to me. I don't know where lip gloss, I don't know what that means. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna pour it out. Yeah, that looks like toffee. Alright. Here we go. Again, I don't know what all this oil is. I've never seen that before. The recipe doesn't even say there should be oil on here. I wonder if that's like the butter. Maybe I didn't do it right. I don't know. It looks like toffee to me. Okay. So I'm going to set this over here. Turn that off. I'm going to spread this to an even layer now. Okay, so this is the toffee. Trying to spread it to an even layer. It's not. I think I'd absolutely destroyed the spatula. Uh-oh. Alright. I think that's as even it's gonna get. I don't hope that. RIP spatula. I don't know if this is safe to eat, but. Alright, it's not spreading. It's spread. I think that's as even as it's gonna get. So I'll move this over here to that side of the kitchen. Maybe that's why they had me whisk it. I don't know. Into the dishwasher you go. Alright. So it's about 20 minutes it needs to cool. When does the toffee need to go into this recipe? Let me come over here. Toffee. Okay. After everything's done. Alright. Well, the toffee is made. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the coffee is made. It's pretty warm. Yeah, so I'm gonna let this cool off, I guess. I wonder, actually I have an idea. It might be kind of cringe, but I have an idea. Wash my hands first. Anyway, the coffee has been made, and yeah, I think it came out moderately okay. I've never made toffee before. I'm pretty sure I messed up. That's alright. Actually, you know what? I didn't mess up. As you can see, this is beautiful toffee. 100% perfectly made toffee. I don't know what all the oil is, but I'm just gonna let it be. I'm gonna put this outside. It's currently like, I'll show you. Hopefully I don't dox myself, but tell you see what it looks like outside. Then you'll know. It'll probably cool off like in 5 seconds if I leave it outside. 20 minutes. Let it cool for 20 minutes in a cool, dry place. You know what? I wonder if it'll cool off out here. It's like snowed out there, but there's nowhere to put it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. When it comes to the chocolate chips we're using, we have these, and then I'm gonna cut up this chocolate bar and probably like put it on top. It's like a saltier one, so yeah. But I bet if I put this outside, it will like cool off pretty quickly. I think I'm gonna try to do that. All right, so I'm gonna have to put this on the be right back screen. First, I'm gonna fix my camera again for like the 3rd time. I'll be right back. Where's text? Take my phone off the thingy. There we go. Okay, so I'm back. All right, next step is to do the cookies using this bad boy right over here. I'm gonna probably use this pan again for the butter. The coffee's in the fridge, letting it cool off to, it says 20 minutes, but ain't nobody got, I'm just gonna throw it in there until we need it. Hopefully it'll be done by then. By the time that happens anyway, yeah, okay. So, put this over here, put this over here, throw this into the garbage because nobody got time for that. Alright, next thing I'm gonna do some prep. Move all this over here. And then start on part 2 here. Melt butter, swirling pan occasionally. Okay, I need 2 sticks of butter. So come over here. So this is pre-seasoned, so that's what you want usually your mixer to be pre-seasoned. Pre-seasoned mixers are usually come out better. Where's the thingamabob? Where's the attachment? What the heck? Attachment for this is missing. That's fun. Hopefully I don't have to do this by hand. That would stink. I don't want to have to do this by hand because I'm lazy and it was supposed to be like a quick boom 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 type of situation and it's not becoming that. Why is it missing? Unless it's like cooked. I don't know where it could be. Should be in here. Why is it the third time looking in this drawer? Here it is. Okay. Paddle attachment. Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is the brown butter. 2 sticks of butter. I'm using this vegan butter because the people I'm making this for, we're not doing dairy, so they're not doing dairy. I don't cook with dairy. Maybe they do dairy. I don't know. Dairy is extraordinarily cringe. I feel like I should clean this out, but I'm just gonna add flavor to the butter. Ain't nothing wrong with adding flavor to the butter. 1. 2 sticks of butter. It's already melting, so that's a good sign. Medium heat. Melt the butter, stirring occasionally. Alright. It's not gonna brown, like it'll brown, but it won't have like the bits that it requires that you see on like the thingamabob, the recipe. So it's going to probably brown, but it won't have like the bits, which is fine. We'll just try our best. Try our best to be our best, as they say. Alright. So, the butter, it's in the pan. Swirl occasionally. So I'll swirl that occasionally. Swirl the pan occasionally. Ow. The gloves are being cringe. Alright. Semi-sweet chocolate? Well, guess what? I got dark. Gonna have to live. Okay. 1 teaspoon, I guess. Just swirl. I will swirl. See, I'm swirling the pan. See, look at the toffee that was on the bottom is actually coming up in there. That's what I was trying to hope for. It'll add like a little bit of a sweetness kick to this, which isn't bad because I'm using dark chocolate. What do I do with this? Cold butter mixture. So I'm supposed to add the cold butter mixture to the pan? What the heck? Connecting to the... What? Okay. Alright. What the heck? Alright, coming off the heat. I think that's the toffee. Maybe that's why that's why I should have cleaned the pan off. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, if it would please pop this out. Why can't the chat pop out? There it is. Alright. While that's over there being cringe, I'm going to... How much chocolate do we need? $10 ounces. Okay, dear Lord, you need to relax. Alright. This is 7 ounces, and then here's the other 3. I'm gonna have to like chop this up somehow. This is being, I don't know what this is doing. But it's got to be pulled off the heat here shortly. You see, okay, alright. That's not from the toffee, I don't think. I think that's just the butter. I don't know what this is doing, other than making a huge mess over here. Then turn it down, swirl. We'll do it this method. This is kind of what I've resorted to doing. I bet it's the type of butter I'm using. I bet it's because I'm not using like real butter, quote unquote. Alright, it's bubbling. It's bubbling. Definitely see it just start blah blah blah. Definitely starting to see it change colors. I'm like trying, I don't want a grease fire, you know what I mean? I don't want to have to deal with that. But it's definitely changing color, which is really good. Alright, we've gotten somewhere. It's not exploding anymore. And it looks darker than it does on camera. I think we're starting to brown the butter. I don't know if there's like actual brown bits in there, quote unquote, but I'm doing the best I can. So there's no milk solids in here. This is vegan butter. I'll try my best here to give it sort of like a, it doesn't really matter, but nutty, quote unquote, taste won't be in here, but ain't nobody got time for that, you know what I mean? I'm pretty confident that that's done being cringe for now. See about prepping this bad boy here. This is the chocolate that I got for the, I don't know, like this is 7 ounces. This is 3 ounces. I need 10 ounces total. So I was gonna put this in the cookies and then maybe put this like on top of the cookies. I'm not too sure. I think I'll just chop this up and mix it in with these. Yeah. Well, it tastes best at 70 degrees. If you eat it below or above 70 degrees, it's going to taste bad. Don't eat this outside in the cold, everybody. It's going to be a bad piece of chocolate if you do that. We'll check on this. Yeah, look at that. There's solids on the bottom. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Alright. Hop over here and grab cutting board. Look at that. Work of art right there. I mean that seriously, it's not, that wasn't sarcasm that time. I know sometimes normally I'm sarcastic. That wasn't sarcasm that time. Don't show British people this. I'm just kidding. I gotta stop. We're just gonna chop these bad boys up like this. Trust me, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. I mean, I was being sarcastic. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Our chocolate chunks. They go into our cookies eventually. Our butter's over here, browning up beautifully. I think that's brown, right? Is that brown? Like, what's it supposed to do? Brown bits start forming at the bottom. Oh my! It actually smells like, it doesn't smell nutty. That's crazy. It actually smells. It doesn't smell bad at all. Yeah, there's definitely brown bits at the bottom too, so I think that's browned. Looks brown to me. Who am I to judge? I'm trying to. I might not know what brown looks like. And I'm not the, person that really knows what brown looks like, but. Alright, it's supposed to froth up, which it's doing. Okay. And pour into a mixing bowl. Okay. Now we have to add the butter to this. And it's supposed to froth up, it says. Alright, so what I'm going to do is add the sugar and stuff first, and then add the... You see, it's foaming up. That looks browned. Like any more, it's not going to come out well, so we'll just cut that off. Put the BRB screen on again. I'll be right back. Okay. What the? Oh, yeah, because I have to re-add it. Video capture device. MacBook Air microphone. Okay, this is going to be extremely messed up. There's nowhere for me to put this camera that works. Hold on. Originally, I was doing this, and it was working until this just decided to stop working. Like, it just decided, oh, yeah, no, we're not going to... It's a device, yeah, good luck figuring out how to re-add your phone as a... Wait, iOS camera. What's this? Refresh devices. Reconnected device. Oh well. Alright, figure this out. We'll figure this out. I'm just gonna go over here. Okay. Give me 1 second. Alright, so the chips are chocolated. This is the mixing bowl. You got the other chocolate chips and we need to add the sugar and stuff next. So The butter is browned. It's very brown. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, so we need to add the sugars to the hot butter. So let me get the sugar out real quick, guys. Hold on. And I realized that the camera is not even, gosh darn it, dude. Why is streaming like this? I wonder if streamers are always angry at things, because look at this. Okay. Alright. Definitely smells good in here. The butter smells so good. Oh my, the butter smells like, that's not nutty, but it's like sweet. The butter, what the heck? Like, it looks burnt. I'm telling you, it looks more dark, like, than it actually smells. It actually smells really good. Okay, I'm gonna add the sugars now. Ow. All right. Here are the sugars. So, yeah, why is the camera like the size of, like, for camera for ants? Camera for freaking ants up in here. There it goes. Okay. We need 1 cup of lightly packed brown sugar. 1/2 a cup of sugar. Okay, so 1/2 cup out. Okay. Add the sugar. And you're probably wondering why I'm not adding the butter first, and that's because the butter's probably going to cool very quickly. It's really cold out here. It's colder weather outside. Just 1/2 cup sugar. One-half a cup of granulated sugar. And then I need 1 cup of lightly packed brown sugar. Oh my goodness, this is very difficult to stream on. Like, there's this, there's this. Go minimize this. There's this, okay. And then I don't know why I'm not using the 1 cup, but it's okay. Lightly pack the brown sugar, you know, like you're going just across the street to the neighbor's house for the weekend. Lightly pack it. Looks lightly packed. 1. 2. Okay. All right. And we add the butter to this mixture. I'm gonna leave this over here. Put this in the dishwasher. All right. This can go poop itself back into the thingamabob over here. And then we need the, look at this. All right, that's a little bit burnt. I don't have any more butter. Oh well. It'll have to do. It'll be fine. It's fine. Okay. What am I doing with this? I'm mixing it in here. Stir to combine. Okay. Set aside to cool at room temperature. To room temperature. Okay. I'm gonna need a scraper. I don't know if that's the toffee or is that actually like bits? That's crazy. I've never seen this before. Okay. All right, this pan is done. So here. That's fun. Oh my goodness gracious. Things are just happening like crazy right now, I'll tell you what. What? Put this here. Here. Okay. I'm going to stir to combine this. Stir to combine. All right. Mix. Oh yeah, it's combining. It smells like... Alright, I might have burnt the butter a little bit, but it'll be fine. Set aside to cool to room temperature. Oh, that should be good. Shit. Okay. All right. This goes over here. Here. Oh my gosh, why? Does it want? Anyway, this is the sugar and butter mixture. As you can see, it smells kind of interesting. Not even gonna lie. Okay. Let's set this aside to cool, quote unquote, to room temperature. A better idea. It's not going to cool to room temperature very quickly at all out in here. So I'll put this in the fridge. Just let it chill right here. Okay. medium bowl. Combine the flours, baking soda, baking powder, salt, and espresso powder. Ain't nobody got time for that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I ain't trying to clean the dishes right now. Jack Scalfani would be very happy with me because I'm doing it the lazy man's method and using a I'm doing it the lazy man's method. Throw everything into here. Flours, baking soda, baking powder, salt, and espresso powder. Okay, flours. I see it. Okay. Okay. Alright, so what I'm actually going to do real quick is check out the toffee. I'm going to check the toffee to make sure that that's cooled before I continue again. And then we'll use this, it looks like a medium bowl. It'll mix it, it'll hold everything, should be fine. Alright, so this is, oh that's crazy, what the heck? The toffee is cool. Wait. That's definitely the butter that like didn't mix so well. This is the toffee. It's like, it's cooled, I think, right? I like pick it up. Look at this. Should be able to pick her up. Yeah, that's definitely cool. That's crazy. All right, I made toffee. I've never made toffee before. I probably like, oh, that's lame. I've never made toffee before. All right, that's cool. Hold me. I'm talking to absolutely no one because no one's in the chat, which is fine. Okay, flours. I need 2.5 cups plus 2 tablespoons of 1-to-1 flour. Let's go into here. Okay. Let me get to the flouring. Let me get to the flour, my friending. Let me get to the flour. Okay. I think that's why we're supposed to whisk. I think that's why I was supposed to whisk, is so the butter wouldn't like do that. Oh well. I made some. I might have made caramel, but I made something, which is better than nothing. All right, get the flour. Get the 1/2 cup. Oh, Lord. Okay. So here's I'm gonna do the flour right now. Two and a half cups of flour. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna grab a spoon in here. Believe it or not, I got all this at Walmart. Like, I think Walmart has all of these like fancy ingredients, but they do. Crazy, because growing up, Walmart used to kind of be interestingly not very popular. Okay, 1 cup. Walmart used to be kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting. Okay. Here's the other thing for the flour. Just level it off. I wonder if that's like enough for 2 tablespoons. I need extra 2 tablespoons because we cooking at high altitudes, boys, and yeah. All right, this is going. Okay. There's 2 cups. We need half a cup, which I threw into the dishwasher, so I'm gonna just guess. Try my best to 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 guess. Actually, that's probably a very stupid idea. Siri, how many tablespoons in a half a cup?
0.5 cups is 8 tablespoons.
All right, that's what we're gonna do. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. Okay. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6 right here. 6. 6. 7. Look, we were not too far off. I was not too far off originally. 7. And then I'll come remeasure that in just a second. That's 7 in there. We need 1 more. Ask a moderator permission before posting a link. Warning. Yeah, don't be posting links in the chat, bro. Shout out Moobot. 8. And it says an extra 2 tablespoons because of high altitude. So 1. 2. I get a lot of bots that come in here. I bet that's probably just a bot. Increase your views now. Subscribe to freaking Oh wait, crap, I did not mean to do that. Are we done with the cup? Yeah, okay, done with the cup. I get a lot of bots that come in here to the channel, especially on the Twitch channel, because what I think happens is they filter, whoever owns the bots filters out. Whoever owns the bots filters out, or it's set to go after people with low views, and so I think it advertises like a view botting service, which doesn't make any sense if you think about it. Like, I'm not here to grow big on YouTube. I'm just here to kind of do my thing. You know what I mean? Like YouTube and Twitch. If people tune in, people tune in. If no one tunes in, no one tunes in. I still have fun making content like this. I know if no one tunes in, that's fine. Someone tunes in, someone tunes in. I don't give a crap about views. I like the viewers, but the view count, it just doesn't really matter to me. I couldn't tell you if someone's watching or not. You don't have to chat if you don't want to. It's all good. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is get the baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Where's the teaspoon? There's the baking soda. Baking soda. 1/2 a teaspoon of baking powder. Eighth a teaspoon, 1/2 a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and then got that cringeness taken care of. Fine sea salt. Get that in a second. 1 teaspoon of espresso powder. What? I'm gonna make things interesting and use a little bit of cocoa powder in here. It asks for 1 teaspoon of that, right? Yeah, so I'll use like 1/2 a teaspoon of cocoa powder. A little more, like 3/4 of a teaspoon of that. That'll help balance out the kind of possibly burnt butter taste, hopefully. And then I also need a teaspoon of cornstarch because this is gluten-free baking. And this will give it kind of like a cakier texture. Okay. 1. 2. Okay. Nice. I think that's it. And I'll mix this around. I'm gonna clean this countertop off because it's nasty. Yeah, I think that's the toffee I must have burnt a little bit. I don't even know how you can burn gluten-free flour. Let me get all this stuff. Is it just mix this together? Combined flour, so I'll just use this thing. Am I viral on TikTok yet? No, I still have... It's okay, I don't stream on the TikTok. TikTok's annoying. Here's the thing about TikTok. You know, the thing about TikTok I don't like is, and I say this because I use YouTube Shorts, which is pretty much just TikTok. People literally just repost TikTok videos onto YouTube Shorts. So there's really no difference. thing I don't like about TikTok. It has nothing to do with China, nothing to do with the political thingamabob, nothing to do with that. Everything to do with the fact that when I was originally on TikTok, by on TikTok, I mean when I was originally when I was originally using TikTok, I would get on super just content that was just not related to anything that I watched. It was just kind of weird. Anyway, whisk eggs, yolk, and vanilla until combined. Okay, gradually stir in the flour mixture with a wood rubber spatula. Stir in the chocolate chunks and toffee bits. Wrap in plastic wrap and refrigerate for 24 hours. Okay. I have a paddle attachment or a whisk attachment. Take it. This is probably done. Actually, no, I'll use it later. Oh yeah. Use the that looks good. Okay, this hopefully should be cooled enough that I can use it. It's not gonna brick and cook the cookies, hopefully. Oh yeah. This is what I have. That's brown sugar, regular sugar, quote unquote browned butter, but I might have burnt it a little bit. Okay, what needs to happen in here? Whisk in the eggs, yolk, and vanilla till combined. So I'm gonna put the vanilla in first to get that going. Set this here. How much vanilla do I need? 2 teaspoons of vanilla. All right. That smells crazy. Like, you have no idea. That smells good. Dude, it smells so good. Like, it smells sophisticated. Let me put it that way. Like, this isn't like... This is not a children's dish. This is a very sophisticated dish. Anyway, here's the eggs I'm going to dump in there. Okay, I made a huge mess and not all of the eggs made it in there. So I'm just gonna unlock this and my best to scrape out the egg yolk that broke. That was being okay. All right, over here we go. We whisk this until combined? Is that what we're supposed to? The hell happened? Oh. Yule circuit breaker broke. Okay, what am I supposed to do with this? I have to reset it. The GFC. Okay. Until combined. All right. Not combined. All right. Need to reset the circuit breaker. This is quite the ordeal to make cookies. Okay. Alright, it looks combined to me. And then we're supposed to stir in the flour mixture with a rubber spatula. Alright, it looks well combined to me. Or combined, rather. Let me get the rubber spatula. I have my rubber spatula. And, yeah. Alright. Let me go bring this over here to the sink so I don't make a mess. It's already here. Alright, so this is the time where I'm going to bring this over here. So you can see this is what we're left with. This is the mixture with the eggs, the butter, the sugars, the vanilla, and just right off the bat, it smells really good. So the next thing I'm going to do is gradually stir the flour mixture with a spatula. So here's the flour mixture. I guess I'll just put a little in, stir. Okay. That's a little, put a little in, gonna stir. The thing about this, this is gluten-free flour, so it's going to take a while to hydrate. Okay, let me put in the next part of the flour in here. If only I'm pretty sure there's an attachment like this for the mixer, but I could have probably just used the mixer. I don't know why I'm doing this by hand. That's probably why they say do it gradually. Look at that. That's actually like coming together really nicely. That was very hard to mix, not even gonna lie. Okay. And then the rest of the flour. I think I'm gonna do a little bit actually, not the rest. This is coming out very dry. Wondering if I need to mix it. Just keep mixing. Yeah, I mean, that looks like cookie dough, but ain't quite done just yet. And we'll just put the rest of the flour in. All right. We have successfully almost made the cookie dough. Jeez, man, I need the freaking extra 2 tablespoons of flour. Probably doesn't help the cause either. My goodness, this is mixed with what did it say? A rubber spatula? Yeah. The person who made this 100% goes to the gym. I don't go to the gym. Okay, no, it's cookie flouring. It's cookie doughing. Very slowly cookie doughing. Alright. Okay. Okay. Look how like thick that is. That's crazy. I've never made cookies with dough this thick before. It's probably because of the extra stuff I had to add. Okay, it smells like cookie dough, but a little bit on the crispier side because of that butter. Okay. I need to add some water to this. Forgot to do that. Tablespoon of water. What? To compensate for the high altitude and for the gluten-free. And this is way too thick anyway. Okay, that's getting better. Yeah, that's much more spreadable. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crush up the toffee bits. And the chocolate chips, we'll put them in here. It's still very thick, but that's all right. This is so thick. I've never had cookie dough batter this thick before. Like, that's insane. Okay. All right. Why? Why? Why won't you just come off like normal? Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break up the toffee over here. Helloing, and we're going to break toffee. Okay. So this is the toffees how it came out. It's nice and hard. And I'm just going to lay this butcher's paper on top. I'm just going to start hammering it until it breaks up. And hopefully get some toffee bits. Toffee bits. Where's the hammer? My winner, oh my god. It's working. Alright. This is what I was left with. I mean, yeah, it's toffee bits. Look at that. That is really fascinating. I know it's probably like common knowledge to most people. This is how toffee bits work, but I don't know. It's cool to me. It's so oily. Like my hands are coated in. I'm guessing this is butter. I'm guessing what happened is I should have listened to the recipe, right? And I should have probably whatchamacallit, whisked all this stuff together rather than just stirred it. Right. Okay, let me do one more good mashing of this, and then it should be good. Some strong parchment paper. I guess there's holes on this one, but... Alright, that'll be good. These bigger bits might be interesting. Contrast between the dishwasher. Okay. Let me go ahead now. And we'll complete the final steps of the cookie dough. All right, where are we? Okay, over here. Here's the cookie dough in action in all of its glory. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find where I put the 1 cup measuring cup. It's in the sink, okay. Half a cup measuring cup. I'm going to add the toffee really quickly. Okay. Just half a cup. Here's the other half cup. All right. One of the bigger pieces just for fun. All right. All right, our last step is to add the chocolate chips. 10 ounces a total. Put that into the sink here. Okay. And then the other chocolate chips. All right. That's the last of the ingredients. Nice. I wonder if I should add the rest of the toffee. A little bit more toffee cannot hurt. Because this is like dark chocolate, so I want to counteract some of the sweetness, some of the bitterness. Okay, there's the toffee. There's the chocolate. Okay. And you're to blame. You get love. Bam! All right, let me mix this up. And this is the last of the last step. If I can mix it up. This is a lot harder than it looks. I think, I would say a good 30% of this is literally toffee and chocolate, which is probably why it became viral. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, oh my gosh, this looks really good though, to be fair. 100% honest with you. Temptation to eat this cookie dough. I'm not going to eat it. I don't want salmonella. Look at that. Look at the cookie dough. I don't know if you can see it, but that looks really freaking good. Maybe that's why the dough was so like that, because the toffee added a lot of fat back to this, which is not a bad thing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let this sit in my fridge once I'm done mixing it for about over 24 hours, because this needs to, like, you know what I mean, it needs to solidify, or not solidify, the flour needs to have time to come together. Hoping the toffee isn't just melting into the sugar. Flour, it shouldn't be though. Okay. So that's the resulting dough. Hours upon hours of work, and there's the dough. And you guys can see that. That looks really interesting. You can see the toffee bits, the different textures of the chocolate. It's very heavy. This is a very hefty dough. Very oily too. Very thick one as well. All right. I'm just going to let this sit now in the fridge for a while. Yeah. I want to thank everybody for watching. Anybody who's tuned in, if you're tuned in after, thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun to do. Promise next time I'll make sure the setup for the POV setup's a little bit better. I'm gonna put this into my fridge and let it do its thing. But yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. It's Good Friday. It's one of the saddest days for me, and I know for a lot of Christians, but it's for a good reason. Even if you're not practicing Christian, if you're not a practicing Christian, it's the day in which Jesus was crucified. And, whether you believe in Christianity, believe in it or not, even if you don't believe that he was a real person, maybe you just believe he was a person and nothing else, an innocent person was killed for doing literally good deeds. Even if you don't believe that he cured the sick and brought people back to life, he was still killed for no reason. And you know, Good Friday really means a lot to me in terms of just, it makes me reflect upon all those around the world that are just innocently being killed, not even killed, but just being persecuted, being, you know, persecuted or killed, or I'm trying to think of the word. When you put somebody down because you don't like them as a person, I'll think of the word. But you know what I'm trying to get at. And yeah, and it really means, it just makes you think about it. There's so much of it too. I'm not going to take the upper hand and say Christians are perfect at it. We're not. I can go on and on and on, but I'm not going to. We're far from being perfect, Christianity. And yeah. I pray to an end one day that we'll see an end to all this persecution. And I call them wolves in sheep's clothes. All those people who claim to be Christian, but really deep down are full of hate, that like to hate on others and not persecute, discriminate, right? I just think about all that stuff this on Good Friday, and there'll be an end to it. It will end eventually. Even if you don't believe in Christianity, I'm very much a believer in the law of averages. Whether where you believe that comes from or not, if there's too much of one thing, then there has to be something else to counteract it. I don't know. That's just kind of how I've seen it my whole life. I thank everybody for watching. If you're not a practicing Christian, have a happy Easter.